Chapter 4. Don't Go Far. 1938. I want to go, Lillian. Elsa jumped up and down. Her dark curls bobbed with each jump. I want to go, pretty please. Lillian shook her head at her 3-year-old sister. She always wanted to go where Lillian went. You can't, Elsa, she said. I am going to get our Christmas tree, and I have to go a long, long way, deep into the woods. You don't need to go far, Lillian, Mama said. She opened the oven door, and the kitchen filled with the warm smell of bread. You know, Papa always gets our trees from behind the barn. Lillian sighed. I know, Mama, but I won't. See, Lily, see, Elsa interrupted. We don't need to go far. She was jumping again. Lillian spoke over Elsa's bouncing head. Those old junipers don't even smell good, she said. And they're prickly. Last year, by the time we had it decorated, my arms were all in a rash. Lillian's mother tipped a crusty loaf out of its pan. Her cheeks were flushed from the heat of the oven. I don't know why you insist on going anyway, Lily. Your papa always gets a tree for us. You know he does. But I want a pretty tree, Lillian cried. She loved her papa, of course. He was the best papa in the world. But he didn't seem to care about pretty, except when he'd picked Mama, of course. Her mother sighed. If you must go, then take Elsa with you. She needs some fresh air. She hasn't been outside the house this livelong day. Lillian opened her mouth to object, but stopped herself. Mama looked tired. All right, she said. If she had to take someone, she would rather have taken her little brother. Isaac was 6, not such a baby, but he was out in the barn helping Papa with chores. And Elsa was the one Mama needed rest from. Come on, Elsa, Lillian said. She put on a cheerful voice. Get your coat. Elsa dashed to get it down from its peg. Now don't go far, Mama warned. It's cold out there and getting colder, and it will be dark soon. We won't, Lillian promised. Just far enough, she said to herself, but she wrapped Elsa's scarf extra tight. Elsa sprang out the door and ran ahead of Lillian. She stopped when they reached the unappealing grey junipers. Not these, Lillian told her. Don't you want a pretty tree? Elsa nodded. Lillian took her sister's hand as they started up the hill. Mama was right. The day had turned cold. The sky had cleared and the woods lay in snowy silence. The snow squeaked beneath their boots. Elsa broke away and ran up to a young tree. It wasn't a white pine though. Here's one, she cried. Here's our Christmas tree. Lillian shook her head. The needles are too short, she said. Soon Elsa pointed to a long needled one, but it had grown up close to another tree. One side was completely flat. No, Lillian said, not that one. Next, Elsa found one with a crooked trunk. Lillian smiled. Her little sister seemed to have their father's eye for beauty. Or perhaps she just felt sorry for the ugly ones. No, Lillian said, we are looking for the most spectacular tree in the forest. Elsa stopped walking. I didn't know trees wore spectacles, she said. Lillian laughed. She shifted the small saw she carried and reached for her sister's hand. She could feel Elsa's delicate bones through the mittens their mother had knit. Let's just go and let's go just a little bit farther, Lillian said. Just a little bit farther? Okay, Elsa agreed. They trudged on.